o el invierno no existiera, como si se para todo. Y con esa sonrisa que cambia la vida, llegaste hacia aquí y ya no puedo contemplar que tú no seas la que me amas.
De todo Canadá y el mundo, bienvenidos a la primera edición de Latinos en Acción, en donde tú eres la estrella. El día de hoy empezamos el año con este primer capítulo con un super boxeador. Vamos a hacer la entrevista en inglés, totalmente en inglés, pero antes de que empecemos la entrevista, quiero darle las gracias a nuestros patrocinadores como Beauty Lisa Spa, que está localizado en el 920 de Wilson Avenue West. La pueden encontrar al 647-785-9788, y con la promotora Dream House, que están localizados en el 3085 de Ontario Street. Los encuentran en el 647-853-2937. Así que comenzamos esta historia. Rodolfo Velázquez, welcome to Latinos en Acción.
Mucho gusto, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien. ¿Quieres hacer esta entrevista en inglés, español?
Mejor en inglés.
En inglés.
Como tengo amigos que hablan inglés, no entienden español.
Ok, ese no hay ningún problema, así que le ponemos SP App, que now fully English now. Okay, so welcome to Latinos en Acción. So tell me more about yourself, Rodolfo. You're a boxer, professional boxer.
Not quite yet.
Not quite.
Still.
Amateur still. Okay, if you want to get a little bit closer to the mic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Amateur boxer still.
amateur. Okay, that's good. That's very good. So you've been fighting for some time.
16 years.
You've been fighting for 16?
Yeah, going on 17.
Holy. How old are you?
26.
Oh my God. So you've been fighting for a long time. How did you start fighting?
My dad. Just one day we were sitting in the buffet and we had a friend that was working there. So then my dad, he went up to him, he started talking. Somehow I was in the conversation, and my dad was saying, okay, my kid's he's a little bit too hyper, and I need to get him away from the streets when he gets older.
Yeah.
I gotta put him in something. I want him to learn how to defend himself too. So then the guy recommended me. His name is Alberto. And he recommended me to this boxing club called McGrory's Boxing Club, which I've been going since I've started. I still go there today. So, 16 years in this gym.
16.
And, So, they had this talk, and they said, okay, go to this gym. And originally, the only reason my dad wanted me to box was to burn energy and learn to defend myself and just stay away from the streets. He never had in mind to have me started competing. That happened.
It just happened.
But it just happened. And the rest is history.
Wow, that's amazing. So you've been boxing for 16. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
A lot of fights, a lot of sparring matches, a lot of traveling.
Oh, that's amazing. So you said a lot of traveling. So where have you traveled?
I went to the UK, like Scotland, England, Ireland. There was Puerto Rico, Honduras.
And I'm assuming that you kicked ass, right?
Yeah, of course. There were some good fighters over there.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I see that your background was Salvadorian, right?
Yeah.
El Salvador, nice.
Sí.
That's awesome. So you're like 100% Salvadorian, or you have a
Yeah. Both my parents. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's like, well, I'm half Salvadorian.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What's the other half?
I'm Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, in Mexico, like there's always fights. There's a lot of boxing, a lot of wrestling going on in Mexico. But yeah, I love boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been following boxing since Oscar de la Hoya era to like now, right? Like Canelo Alvarez era, right?
I was more of a Tito Trinidad guy.
Yeah, like Julio Cesar Chavez, right?
Yeah, senior. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like all those good fighters.
Mhm.
Yeah, like Mike
That was
Tyson.
actually my dad's favorite fighter.
Really?
Julio Cesar Chavez and Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, those two guys. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Those were the two guys I grew up watching before the guys Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, Juan
Yes.
Manuel Marquez, Pacquiao. Those guys started coming in.
Yeah, those guys,
Yeah.
those guys did a lot of boxing. They did so much for boxing.
Oh yeah.
Right now, boxing is a bit quiet now. It's not like how it used to be like a few
Nah,
years ago, right?
It's more about the money these days a little bit. They're more careful with picking the fights, which I understand it. But at the same time, it's like, come on, give us some good fights.
Exactly. Yeah. There's been fights that like I've been waiting for, but for sure. So now tell me what's going on. Are you preparing for a next fight, or you're taking some time off, or what are you up to nowadays?
Yeah, I have been taking some time off because, because I just wanted to focus on my day job, and then at the same time, because in case boxing don't work, you need something to fall back on. So there's that. There's I did a lot of coaching because there's a lot of younger kids in the gym, the next generation. So we got to develop them, right? We got to make some future champions.
Of course.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I've been getting injuries, so I had to let my body rest, let that heal. So I'm good now. So I just been training.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I've just been training so that I could be ready for the next fight.
That's good. That's very good. That's good to know. So, currently, right now, you said that you're coaching. If people wants to, let's say, be part of your, how can I say this? Be part of your team or be part of your classes. Where can they reach you at?
There's my Instagram. You can reach me at Latino Heat 64.
Latino Heat.
That's where I'm most active. Other than that, you just search me on Facebook. My full name, Rodolfo Velasquez.
Latino Heat
Yeah.
64.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious. Why 64?
It's my favorite number.
Yeah.
And when I was a little kid, I grew up with my favorite game system was the Nintendo 64. So
Oh, makes sense. Makes sense.
I was a little nerd back then.
No, that's awesome. That's good to know. That's good to know. So this is my very first show of the year. This is called Latinos En Accion, where everyone is welcome to come.
Yeah.
Everyone is welcome to come. So if you're looking at this video, you're invited to come. Doesn't matter if you're an athlete or an artist or singer or whatever. Everyone is welcome here. If you have a business, everyone is more than welcome to be here. So tell me. So when you do boxing,
Yeah.
do you ever get scared?
No. Scared? No. Only the very first time I fought, I was just 11 years old. That
Whoa.
was scary. I didn't know what was going to happen. Okay, I go in, am I going to get knocked out? I don't know. So my mentality was I was scared, so I needed to go in there. I needed to take this kid out before he took me out.
Yeah.
So I just went in, just swing, and just hope for the best. Everything I trained for went out the window. It was just a street fight for me.
But did you fight an 11-year-old kid, or did you have to fight someone older than you?
No, he was 11 too.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
11?
The way when you're under 18, they don't let any more than 1 year of a difference. And of course, you have to be in the same weight class. The amount of fights you have matter too. It's once you're older than 18, the only thing really that once you have more than 10 fights, the only thing that matters is your weight. It doesn't matter how old the guy is.
Got it. That's awesome. So how many fights you have fought?
Oh, 123.
123. You call yourself amateur? I don't think so.
Just unofficial pro.
Unofficial pro,
Yeah.
but that's 123 fights.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming are they maybe 5 to 10 rounds or
No. These are 3 rounds.
or 3 rounds?
No, we go 3 minutes too.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, but still.
Yeah,
But still,
it's very fast-paced, active. You only have 3 rounds, right? So you lose the first round, then it's like, okay, I need to win these next 2 rounds to win the fight. Because you give away 2 rounds, you're done unless you knock the guy out.
and people don't really know how complete is boxing. It's such a hard sport
Oh yeah,
because us as people that we don't really know much about boxing, you
Yeah.
can see fights when the fighters they can't even protect themselves.
Yeah.
When there's round 10 or 11,
Yeah,
it's
they're too
because
tired.
they're too tired. Just the gloves itself, how much the weight, the gloves.
Depends what weight you fight at. So in the professionals, everybody who's lighter than 154 pounds, they wear 8-ounce gloves. Everybody who's 154 pounds and heavier, 10 ounces.
10 ounces.
And it's still not that much padding in these gloves.
Yes.
So in the amateurs, I'll fight with 10 ounces.
No, that's awesome. I was being trained by a Mexican boxer, Josele. He's he fought professional fights and everything, but I'm telling you, I was getting beatings. Beatings. Seriously speaking, my clothes were they were wet.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
can
my
make a
shirt.
swimming pool.
Yeah, like my shirt, like I can only like squeeze it and like just sweat will just come, will come out. It's hard. It's
The
hard.
weight cutting sucks.
Oh, I'm pretty sure because
Yeah.
if you can't make it, then you gotta you can't eat, you can't drink water.
Nope. That's only like last minute desperate times.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah,
you always gotta.
You gotta get a head start in the training. You gotta know how to do it right. The right diet, because if you don't eat or drink and you go like that for a long time, and then by the time you go in the ring, you're already screwed. You got no energy in the ring.
That's so true. That is so true. So, for example, for the kids that are watching right now,
Yeah.
if let's say because I know there's a lot of kids right now that they're getting bullied at school and stuff. What's your recommendation for them?
Well, what I would say is just, speak up. I would say speak up. Is like, listen, don't. I would be like, hey, I don't appreciate this. And if it doesn't, if they don't listen to you, then just talk to somebody that's, talk to somebody that's older, that of authority, and then join up in, join up somewhere where you can take your anger out, somewhere that you can, kind of just let that energy out that you've been feeling earlier. That way, you're a lot more happier when you leave.
Makes sense.
If you decide to take up, say if you decide to take up any sort of combat sport like boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, anything, you can learn it. You can learn it, but don't ever start the fight because it's just not gonna go well for you.
That is so true.
It's only defense. Defense only. Absolute last resort.
So when it comes to defense, because I like defense, what's the best posture for defense?
Well, the best posture. The easiest one would be like this. What you gotta do is you gotta keep your elbows in, like
Elbows in.
yeah, elbows in like
Yeah.
that, right? So if I throw in the body shots, you can just lean a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, throw it here. If I throw over here, and if I decide to throw it over
You
here,
got it.
yeah, you're already up there. But sometimes what I like to do is I like to do this, which is this is after many
Like
years
this?
of doing it. Yeah, this is how Mayweather does.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's the Mayweather defense.
style. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why this works for him is because he already has his right side of the face protected here.
Of course.
Yeah. And the trick is you think over here is open, but it's really not, because when they throw the overhand right, the straight right, all he
This
does
one is ready.
he leans back. He leans back and he pops this shoulder up.
Yeah.
He bounces off the shoulder, and from there he comes with that straight right as the counterpunch. If you watch his fight with Canelo,
Yes.
oh, he did that a lot. He did that with Pacquiao all the time too. And it's hard to do that with the southpaw like Pacquiao. And he would just wait for it, lean back, come back with a
Come
right.
back.
Yeah.
Damn,
And then the left hand down here is protecting the body. There's no way to hit it.
Wait, it's tough. It's
Yeah.
super tough. Because like when I was doing boxing, right, I only did it for just for training. I never did it for I never fought anyone or anything like that. Because I'll get my ass kicked.
Oh, you never know. Never know.
No, it's so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
But
I thought the same thing.
really?
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I started. I was like, oh man, these guys are really good. Yeah.
No, it's so true. Okay, but now, tell me, what are you up to? What are you gonna be doing in the next? Let's say, how do you see yourself in the next 6 to 8 months?
Definitely still gonna be training now. As of I'm like this. I don't know if I'm gonna eventually make that transaction to a pro, or just keep training, or just stay coaching. I don't know yet, but all I know is I'm still gonna be in the gym all the time so that I'm ready for the next move. The thing is, you can't do a move unless you're 100% sure you're gonna be in it.
And how's the Canadian boxing? Is it still growing? It needs to grow more, or at what level are we?
Well, I don't want to say too much, but just put it in a nice way. There's a lot of great talent out there, very amazing talent. I think they should be getting the chance to be exposed more, to be going out and getting that competition, that international competition that they need. That's what I think. I think there could be a little bit more development in the Canadian training, the way things are run. I think so.
Yeah. So there's always more room to grow and to upgrade, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah. Focus on the young guys.
Focus on the young guys. So if at what age do you think is the best age to start boxing?
To start?
Yeah, just to start.
You can train. You can start training when you're say 10, 11. But I would say you could probably really do the competition by the time you're say, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 is when you can actually start doing the actual competitions, because it's a lot on the body.
Wow, that's awesome. Loco Guanaco.
Hey, my guy.
Yeah,
Loco
he's your
Wanaka,
guy.
What's up?
he's
He's actually the guy. He's actually the guy that introduced me to you.
yes.
Yeah.
And oh, there's people actually asking questions.
Okay, what's up?
Jimmy Jimenez, he's a very like he's our like number one fan.
Okay.
He wants to know how many fights you have lost.
Okay. How many fights I've lost? There's been a lot of fights that I kind of lost count.
Well, there's been
123.
120.
So I think I'm gonna say in the ballpark around like 26 out of the 123 fights.
123 fights.
Yeah.
And from those ones, like how many do you think you lost?
Yeah, around 26.
Around
fights I
26.
lost. Yeah.
But still, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like 90 something, and I don't know.
No, but that's still pretty good. I mean,
or no, a little more than 90 wins, but yeah, it's a lot.
but still pretty good. It's still good. I mean,
Yeah.
like I mean, defeat is a defeat, but still, like just for you to go in, like in the ring and fight, doesn't matter what happens, but just to have that courage and go, in the ring and fight someone else, like it's just to me is like that's something that I will never be able to do.
Yeah.
Like
it takes a lot of courage. That's why, people who just like are in the crowd or just watching it on TV and they'll talk bad about the fighters. At the end of the day, I know what it's like in there. So, like whenever I'm around, I'll try to, remind people, like, listen, respect these fighters that go in the ring no matter what. The huge respect just for getting in the ring. That's tough alone.
Yes.
Because, last year hasn't been a good year for boxing. There's been probably at least 5 deaths. It's, it's not a sport you can play with. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's so true.
It's a reality, and we don't like to admit it, but, it's the reality that can happen.
Oh, it's so true. And it's just like the impacts that you can have in your body, right? Like, like I know there's fighters that have lost their lives.
Yeah.
In the ring. Yeah. Like it's even like wrestlers as well. Like it's tough. Like these guys are risking their lives for a performance, for a fight, Like it's tough. It's super tough. But like how can people say, you got the pants, los pantalones, right? To go in the ring and fight. Well, like I don't know. Like I remember growing up, I got into fights here and there. You know how it is, especially like I grew up in Mexico, right? Like you gotta always defend yourself, right? Yeah. But I haven't fought anyone in the past 10 years, I'll say.
Long time,
right? Like, and it's
gotta
just
keep that streak going though.
10 years is undefeated because I don't compete. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, now tell me, do you remember like a fight that you think that basically you won but you didn't?
Oh man, I've had a few of those actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one fight that was the Canadian Olympic trials, and I went. Yeah, I had 3 fights, so I won the first 2. So then the last fight, I went to fight the guy who was the hometown fighter. This was in Montreal, so he was from Montreal. Everybody thought I won the fight. Didn't get the win. Lost against the hometown fighter.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
And another one against it was the qualifiers for the Pan Am Games back in 2015. And that one too. Everyone thought I had won that fight. And this guy was the team captain of Team Canada. So, even though it was in my province, technically my home province, I still didn't get the win. And, even to this day, sometime a while, if I watch these fights, I'll be like, how did I lose this fight?
It happens. It happens.
That's the downfall of the sport sometimes. It's kind of like, what fight did these people see?
Yeah, sometimes judges can be very, how can I say this? Complicated, I'll say. Sometimes they see things that are not there. And sometimes they don't see things that they're actually there, But things happen. Happen.
Maybe they were exhausted during the fight and just dozed off.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they had
just flip a coin. Who won the fight?
Or maybe they had a couple of Coronas and just like, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got. Finally, my mom is watching me.
Okay.
Mama, muchas gracias. I always tell her, did you watch my show? She's like, But finally, she's telling me right now. She's like, "Yeah, I'm watching. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, good. So this is the first part of two parts that we're gonna have. This Latinos En Accion is gonna be a little bit different than all the Latinos En Accion that we had before. The second part is gonna be in Spanish. En español va a ser. Así que no se vayan porque tenemos una invitada muy especial y tenemos a un cantante muy especial que viene en la segunda parte. Así que no se vayan a desconectar. Y recuerden también que les quiero dar muchas gracias a nuestros patrocinadores como Beauty Liz Spa, que está localizado en el 920 de Wilson Avenue West. Si quieren adelgazar un poquito y demás, así como yo que ya me bajé bastantes kilos, pueden llamar al 647-785-9788 y también si quieren una casa en Colombia, la promotora Dream House, que están localizados en el 3085 Ontario Street en Mississauga. Los pueden también localizar en el número 647-853-2937. If you ever want to buy a house in Colombia, and these guys are good.
It's too cold over here, so.
You know, that's everyone's dream, you know, like to move out of here, but at the same time we all want to live here, so it's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
So
it's nice over here.
yeah,
There's not too much violence compared to out there.
No, it's so true. Well, it's been getting a little bit bad, right? Like last year was really bad.
Yeah.
But that's why we have sports people like you know, like you're trying to change young people's mentality.
Yeah.
You know, they have to be focused in sports, things that they're gonna have a better impact in their lives.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be sports. Like if you're good at drawing, good at art, do that. You know, anything that keeps you busy. It doesn't have to be sports specifically. It could be anything.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have a talent show on February 8th. I'm gonna have two boxers fight.
Okay.
Well, they're gonna do some sparring. I don't know if you want to be part of it. It'll be nice. If not, you just come and see.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think I can come. Yeah, I can come watch. Yeah.
So it's gonna be February 8th, and who knows? Maybe you can be like a special fighter kind of thing. Yeah, because how much do you weigh?
Right now, I'm probably maybe 140.
140? 140?
Fight at 130.
Yeah, I think my guy Jose, I think he's like 140. I think I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be performing. He's gonna bring his sidekick, and I don't know what kind of show they're gonna put out there, but it's gonna be it's a demonstration, right? Just like a demo, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good for people to see how boxing is like in real life.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not the same thing when you watch it on TV than when you actually see it.
It's not as bad as you think. Don't worry.
It's not as bad. It's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, it can get pretty bad, but it's not as bad when you're not in the ring. When you're just doing the training, you're good.
Yeah, that's so true.
No one's gonna hit you.
That is so true. You know, like I was doing some training and with skipping ropes.
Yeah.
I didn't know skipping ropes was like a hard task.
Oh yeah, it can be.
I had no clue.
I'd have to skip when I had to lose weight. Oh, it's brutal. You got to put on this a bunch of sweaters and like a lot of pants. You got to put on this sauna suit.
Yeah.
And you just sit there and you just sweat it out. Oh man, it's bad. On top of that, you got to run, do whatever you got to do to lose the weight, and you just got a pool of water right after.
Wow.
And you're like, wow, I had all that sweat in a short amount of time.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. All right. So, can you tell us your email address, your social media, so people can start following you, and like you can start training them, or you can tell them.
Yeah.
What's your social media?
Email address is actually linked with my Instagram. So when you go to Instagram, follow Latino Heat 64. So LATINOHEAT 64.
Nice.
Latino Heat 64.
Latino Heat 64. That's awesome. So for parents, that they want to have your kids train. Rodolfo, it's a good. I'm telling you, you're professional. You're a pro.
Yeah.
I think after
I can make it official one day.
I think you. I'm making it official. You're a professional. and who doesn't like that, he will fight you. All right. So this is the end of this part number 1. Within an hour time, we're gonna have our second part. But thank you so much, Rodolfo. I appreciate your that you came here all the way from Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
All right. So people in Hamilton, thank you so much. And again, Latino Heat 64 Instagram. You guys can follow him. And I don't know what you want to say to your fans and your family. I don't know.
Solo quiero mandar un saludo a toda mi gente, mis padres, mis tíos, tías, abuelas, mis primos, todo. And some of my friends too. What's up? Pero for real, mandame preguntas si quiere, and I'll answer every single one of them.
Entonces ya saben, mi gente, él ya sabe, Latino Heat 64 por Instagram. Él entrena a chicos, a grandes, también hace coaching, así que un peleador muy completo, profesional. Yo digo que es profesional. Él dice que él es amateur, pero para mí es profesional. Después de 126 peleas y que no sea profesional, yo lo dudo. Así que ya saben, mi gente, lo pueden conseguir en Latino Heat 64 por Instagram. ¿Ok? Muchísimas gracias. Te agradezco muchísimo. Así que nos vemos pronto. Estás invitado en el Talent Show, febrero 8. Ok, entonces ahí nos vemos prontito.
¿A dónde? Where?
995 Arrow Road. It's in Toronto.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it. And I will fight poster. ¿Cómo me veré de boxeador? ¿Le dices como boxeador?
Más palabras
La mosca
para
morada.
expresarte que te quiero. No sé cómo explicarte que me hace sentir como si fuera el verano o el invierno no existiera, como si se para todo